A lot of stuff has been going on. There's lots of things in motion. Lots of things you don't know about in motion already that will be very cool in the future. Maybe a few ideas that originated elsewhere and are now being imported here. Or maybe a few ideas that I come up with myself. I had whittled it down to 2. Mac and Minsk. First strike in a terrible war that will spread across the server like wildfire. The time is at hand for my plan to come to fruition. And all of you will be witnesses to it. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is as always NihonTiger, and welcome back to NihonTiger on NeoCraft. Today we're going to do something a little bit different, and I'm sure you've noticed that we're in the Nether, and we're kind of making our way here over to Minsk's place. Hello zombie pigmen. And the reason for that is, of course, we're going to have some pranking fun. Just you and me. Oh boy. So, why don't I talk a little bit about why I'm doing this? Because obviously you realize at this time that I am doing it, but you probably don't know why. And the answer is pretty simple. I just decided that I wanted to do something a little bit fun, a little different, and there've been pranks on the server before. And oh, blueprints. Looks like he's got lateness here. Always blueprint. Always nice to see him on. And I am doing this actually in post because of the fact that my mic did not record properly when I did this earlier, so I have to do this almost as a post commentary, and it kind of is a bummer, but on the other hand it gives me a chance to actually talk up a few things here. So yes, I'm doing this at around just after midnight on Christmas Day. So nobody else is really on. Dry is on as a witness, but he has been very made very happy by Santa Claus. Let's just say that. Let's just say Santa came to Xmasville and he left everybody a cake, and he left Dry a little something extra to keep his mouth shut. Nah, not really. But we are at Minsk's place. You've probably seen this before. And wait a minute. Hold on. Skeleton, go away. Go away, skeleton. Not today. Not today. Not today. Whew, okay. Oh, stupid mouse. I hate when it does that. Ugh. Really need to get a new mouse. I really should have gotten one for Christmas, but unfortunately I did not. So, let's see. What can we talk about? We can talk about, oh yeah, why I'm doing this. And as I mentioned, I'm doing this because just to do something fun, just to do something different. We do prank each other a lot. It's usually very, very small stuff, you know. Make a wool genitalia. There you go, sir. You are dead. And Mr. Spider. And boop, boop. Oh, boop. You're dead. Okay, cool. But yeah, I've kind of wanted to raise the bar a little bit just on some of the pranking ideas here. Aw, come on, Dry. You don't need to have kids do all the crazy Christmas things. But Yeah, I've thought for a while that actually we're coming up here on top of this mountaintop because this is actually part of the reason why I wanted to do this. And it's because if you look up, you probably just saw it up there. If you look up there, Minsk has his giant rainbow to his cloud top city that he's never finished. See, up there. Yep. And we are heading up there to do our pranking. And maybe you can guess what we're going to do. I'll give you some time to figure it out while we're climbing up here. But it has to do with a rainbow. And it has nothing to do with ponies, so please don't ask about that. Please, please don't ask about it, ponies. I really, really don't want to hear about that right now. But, yeah. We are climbing all the way up here. It takes a while to climb up here. It's pretty high up in the sky. It's a pretty nice build. I still can't believe he actually built this thing. Just because of the sheer amount of work that obviously went into it. It's a nice little rainbow. But we are heading up here to give Minsk a little gift. He's one of my buddies. He's been a buddy of mine for some time on the server. And I thought I would leave him... I thought for a first prank I wouldn't do anything malicious, but I would just kinda... Well, I'm probably not going to do much malicious anyways, but I thought I would just leave him something creative and something cute and... Well... Let's just say something appropriate for a feline such as myself. And have I given you enough hints already? Have I tipped you off to the fact that I'm doing a giant pixel art neon cat? Good, because that's what I'm doing. And oh, there's everything in there. You see, Yep, he's got a shovel in here. Oh, good. I knew he had shovels in here, but. Let me tell you about this one. Now, since I mostly do stuff in survival, and I put something special up here a couple months ago, and I'm sure I'm about to dig it up. Yep. Aha. There's my chest. And all of this is a whole bunch of wool that I hid here. And Minsk, you did not know about it. Look at that. Look at all that wool. Isn't it lovely? So pretty. But I hid all of this wool in Minsk's cloud. Yeah, so that's a little bit of a tongue twister. About 3 or 4 weeks. No, it was more than 3 or 4 weeks ago. It was probably like a month and a half ago or so. And the reason I hid it up here is because I wanted to make sure I could, I could not worry about dropping it and whatnot. And it's a lot of wool. There's some sand in there too, but it's about 400 blocks. And what I was planning to do with this, and you can see I'm talking, and it's not matching up because I'm doing this in post. So again, sorry about that. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to extend the rainbow out a little bit here over the clouds so I can build my neon cat out there. And to do that, we're going to need all the colors of the rainbow. Unfortunately, I did misjudge. And oh, Aces popped on. Hey, Aces. Nothing's going on here. Don't need to come up here. Hooray, he finally logged on. That's wonderful. So, I've got all of these colors here, and I am going to hop on in and start putting all of that wool in its proper spots. And this didn't actually take too long. This was more of a more of a pain in the butt because you're trying to do a giant stripe. And again, Minsk, you have my eternal awe for how you did this all the way up here, because it took me a while to do this, and I can't imagine how long it took you. But we are going to be building a fairly large neon cat. I thought about making the stripe kind of bigger so it would fit its entire back end, but that would be a little too much work on my part, and I didn't really want to didn't really want to spend all the time doing that. So hopping on up here. So the basics of a prank war, for those of you who've never watched any of the Minecraft stuff, they do this all the time, and that's kind of my inspiration. My style tends to be a bit more like, for those of you who are familiar with him, Zisto. He is probably one of the people on the Minecraft server who I relate to the most. Yeah, the crazy zombie pigman who loves his lava buckets and does these amazing elaborate pranks. And I've actually listened to a couple interviews that he's done with people, including my buddy Knox, and like the games he likes, the reason he got into Minecraft is almost the exact same reason I did, for the creative aspect to it. He's also a former guy who grew up playing SimCity and Roller Coaster Tycoon and all those fun games with the building aspects, and that's kind of what got me into this, just the ability to build and whatnot, and by extension to build giant pixel arts, which I really don't actually do a lot of this. This is one of the first times I've ever built a pixel art anywhere on any server. I've never been much of a fan of just people running around building giant pixel arts, and here I am building one. Go figure. But what should I talk about as well? Yes, so the reason I picked Minsk and Mac in particular, that is a very good question. Why pick those two? Why pick the guy who builds a bunch of stuff at Macville and the guy who's probably one of the best redstoners on the server? And the answer is, I happen to know both of them pretty well, and I happen to know that both of them will do some kind of response to this. I didn't want it to be something where I prank someone and they were like, oh, ha ha ha, and then they go back to their merry old life. I kind of wanted to get a good response out of them, not necessarily, oh my god, I'm coming to your house with TNT and I am blowing your crap up. And that's why we have rules. We'll talk about the rules in a little bit. But for the most part, a good prank war, or a good series of prank conflicts, probably is the more appropriate term here, because it's not really a war. No one's getting their stuff blown up and whatnot. But people just say war because it sounds cooler, I guess. But any good prank is followed by an equally good counter prank, and usually that takes a lot of creativity and thought, and it should be fun for everybody. And that's really the goal here, is that I want this to be fun for everybody if they want to take part, and if they don't want to take part, they don't have to. And that is something I do need to work on. I do need to get a prank registry going for people to decide if they want to sign up or if they want to opt out. So, okay, what I'm doing here is I am working on getting a kind of a foundation set up for the tail, because that's the most important thing, is getting the back and the tail of this properly aligned, so I can make sure that I am building on the level I want to build on and building correctly. Because otherwise, you know, the ant cat's going to be 3 blocks over and the rainbow's not going to match up and it's going to look ugly. And I want to make sure that his tail is kind of touching where the rainbow ends there. That is the goal. So while I'm doing this, I've actually got a nice little template set up for me that I picked up off the internets from a guy by the name of I can't read it. I think it's Controls, but it's a nice 20 by 33 pixel art template of the cat. And here I am. I'm just building the back corner here to start off with. And from there I'm gonna kinda work my way up. And it requires, let's see, 155 black wool, which is mostly for the bordering, the eyes, the mouth. 139 pink wool for the Pop-Tart. 114 stone gray wool for the actual cat part of the neon cat. 56 sand, again that's for the Pop-Tart. 17 magenta wool for the sprinklings. And 2 white wool which go in the eyes. You can also use stone if you want to be more of a jerk about it, I guess, or make it non-flammable. But it comes out to 483 blocks that I had to put together for this, so this took quite a bit of time. Not quite as much time though as I had to put into Mac's project, because again, since I'm doing the whole thing here in survival and I'm not doing it creative, I can't just spawn a whole bunch of wool all at once and build it. And I'm hoping if as more people do this, they'll also choose to do it in survival mode, because it's more enjoyable getting everything together and then, you know, spending the time planning it and resource gathering, and then all of a sudden, you know, it's go time. It's you got everything together and you build it and you're rushing, and it's pretty fun. I'll tell you that much. There's a lot that goes into it, and a lot that makes it really feel worthwhile when you get this whole thing done. And you're like, yeah, I built that, and that took weeks to build, and this took weeks of planning and weeks of getting stuff together and then moving it up to cloud here, which that was actually probably the easiest part, because that didn't take more than about 20 minutes. I had to go back and forth a couple times to chests that I had, or back to an ender chest. You know, I had to kind of move stuff from an ender chest to, from like my regular chest to my ender chest, and then from my ender chest to here. And yeah, it actually took a lot longer than I was expecting. Plus the fact that a couple times here I showed up with stuff and it was nighttime, and Minsk does not have his, you'll see it in a moment, he doesn't have his cloud lit up. Or he didn't have it lit up at the time. He does now because I went ahead and lit it up. And yeah, lots of stuff spawned here. So what I'm working on now is I'm working on the tail again. As you can see, what I'm doing is I'm going to fast forward a little bit here just to kind of cut time down. But what I'm doing is I'm building this in layers from the bottom to the top. So I'm going one layer at a time. And the reason, like I said, the reason for that is it's easier for me to look at this, look at the template and build it layer by layer than have to build it in chunks. Plus, I can actually go up and up and up and up and up and get this thing done quicker than having to go up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. That just takes forever. It's a much more complicated way of doing it. It's kind of like building a house. When you build a house, you start off building the foundation first. And in this case, you know, it's the bottom row of wool and the legs and the tail, and then you work up from there. And yeah, it's even more of a pain when you're doing it in survival mode like I am, because there's there's no flying. You don't get to fly. You don't get to, you know, fly around and build the outer frame, then build the inner frame. And plus, since I'm working with sand, I figured it would be a lot easier to do it, you know, row by row. And there's all the mobby mobs. Hello, mobby mobs. Oh crap! I fell off, and oh, there I go. I'm getting attacked. And I got to kill them all. Light it up. Run, run, run. This is a little bit of caving experience there. Just experience with running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Very cool stuff. And for the most part, it's pretty easy build. I realized I did kind of screw it up at one point because I was supposed to use magenta wool and I used purple wool instead. So I do have to go back at some point and fix that, because yeah, it's not quite correct. Unfortunately, that's one of the drawbacks of not doing this properly, or no, not doing it properly. I mean, doing it at not doing it at a proper time, because I did this at about 1:30 in the morning, and I was rushing in case one of them happened to pop on. I figured neither of them would pop on, and neither of them did pop on the server, so it's kind of a thing where you try to get it done as quickly as possible, but you also don't want to do a bad job on it. So that's one of the wonderful little things of playing Minecraft and trying to prank people, is making sure you can get it done on time, but also making sure that you do a good job of it, because you don't want to rush it and then have something break, and then all of a sudden, nope, your prank is ruined, or you left out all of the stuff that you used in the prank, so now everybody knows that you used 6 stacks of TNT underneath the house, and if you step on this pressure plate, it's gonna blow up. And of course, that's also something I'll mention in the rules. Oh, he's coming together pretty nice, isn't he? But yeah, you really couldn't actually use TNT. That's just probably a bad example, because TNT is destructive, and we don't want to use a lot of destructive stuff. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna just kind of sit back and relax and let you watch this get built. Maybe I'll put some music in, maybe I won't, just to pass the time, but enjoy watching me build this, and I'll pop back in when I'm pretty close to being done. And welcome back. I hope you've enjoyed watching me build a giant pixel Nyan cat, because now we got one last thing to do real quick here, and that is to set up our little board to tell us that, okay, I think I'm going to use orange wool instead. Yeah, orange wool is better. Orange wool is a lot brighter, instead of using tiger stripe. That would be kind of weird, hard to pull off with just 6 blocks. But here is the most important part of the pranking fun, which is the establishment of the pranking rules and a sign. So your rainbow looked a little lonely up here. Okay. I thought I would give it a friend, yes, just a friend. Hope you enjoy it, Nihon. Okay, and then on the back we will put the rules. And any good conflict, even regular real-world conflict, you have rules. You have rules that you have to abide by and follow, and etc. And likewise, a pranking war, you need rules, you need strategy, not strategy, but, you know, agreed upon, established base for everyone to play by. So here are the rules for the NeoCraft pranks, and this is generally something I would like to do. And they're kind of based off the rules for the Minecraft server. So you may recognize a lot of them if you watch them. But 1, no fire. 2, no TNT. 3, no withers. 4, no lava. 5, don't destroy. Let's see if we get that. Destroy stuff. 6 is avoid killing the server, I believe. 6, oh, not 6. 6.0 is the same thing, but I guess. But nah, it looks nicer that way. Don't break the server, which means no. Have fun is rule 7. That's the most important rule. So that is the most important rule, is to have fun. And not breaking the server is also an important rule because that impedes on other people. Oh, 8. That's right. You have to leave a sign. Yeah, not a sig. Leave a sign. Type, please. Thank you. But you have to leave a sign with your prank so that people know who pranked who. You can't do an anonymous prank. That's not cool. It's kind of dumb. Unless you leave people clues, you know. That's a fun way to do it. You can kind of bend that rule a little bit as long as you leave stuff. But yep, that's the basics of the rules. And of course, no lava, no TNT and whatnot is just to keep from, you know, killing people's stuff or killing people in general. We want to avoid that. We want them to be fun. And oh, I should mention that the other part of my prank was to take a bunch of signs and put Nyan all over them, you know, like the song, and just scatter them about on the cloud. So yeah, generally the idea with pranking is you want it to be kind of, I don't want to say, definitely not griefing. Definitely not griefing. You don't want to really grief people. You just kind of want to maybe aggravate them or have some fun at their expense, but never want to do it. Oh, Isa's talking about NHL 13. I just got that. It's the only thing that's keeping me from going insane about the hockey season. Oh, and oh, that's right. There was a second person here that we had to deal with. That's right. Good old Mac. And his is a little something different. I decided to do something different for Mac here because he... Oh, and there's Aces and I are talking about possibly building an ice hockey rink at some point, so we'll get to that. It'll be a future episode. Yeah, you can see in the chest, not the chest. I'm reading the chat. I meant to say chat there, and I'm reading chat they're talking about chests in the chat. You know, add some ice in your chest when Dry said that. That's what I saw, and yeah, I'm going on a tangent here, but we're gonna build a nice hockey rink on the server. I wanted to build one at the bottom of my fortress, but build one on Xmasville at some point in the future. That'll be really cool. Anyways, as for Mac, I also hit the chest that had all of his materials in it, and this took me a while to farm because I have like 19 stacks of lime green wool. You want to guess what I'm up to here? Yep. Did you guess I'm building a giant life-size to scale creeper that's going to sit outside his front door? Yep, that's kind of what I'm doing here. And this took me forever to farm because we only have one place to farm lime green wool on the server, and that's Artist Dude's Harvester. And that takes, oh crap. I didn't want to do that. Ugh. I have to fix that at some point. But we only have one place to possibly harvest this, so I had to get 19 stacks full. And I may have made a little bit of a mistake here in my estimations, because I kind of estimated this as if it were going to be a solid body, and I guess in the end I kind of decided I wanted to do it hollow body, so I needed a lot less wool than I actually did. But I wanted to do both these guys at the same time, so that meant I had to wait until I did all of my clues in my videos, and then I had to wait and do all of the stuff for that with editing and whatnot, and finding a good time to do it when neither of them would be on the server and I would be pretty much unbothered. So let's head on over and we're going to take a look at where we're going to build this. We got to find a nice spot here, a nice flat spot, and that's kind of hard to do at Mac's place out here because a lot of his stuff, he's got a lot of builds that he does, a lot of historical builds based on the server and just his general taste. It's a really nice place to visit, but this is where we're going to build it, right out here in this flat spot. He's supposed to have, I think, a market out here. Oh, there's a creeper over there. Oh, life imitating art. But yes, we want to, as I so voraciously did that little spin there, that's where we're going to build. We're going to build right out in front of his entrance here so we can see it. And it's going to kind of be to scale with the big statues back there. And you can see there's this chicken. But to do that, I had to do some math and figure out proportions and everything else. And there I am showing off more of them. You've seen them a dozen times already, but there we go. Oh, I guess I did cut here. I guess what happened was I went to go and do something else, and as you can see I'm finishing up the head right now, just filling it in here. But what happened was something happened with the recording and it screwed it up, but basically I just built a giant creeper head. So unfortunately I didn't really get to show that off too much, because I was thinking I would be able to show the whole thing off and you can kind of see it, but it's a giant creeper. It's nothing that you haven't seen before. It's made out of wool. I'm sure in a second here you'll get to see it, but I'm trying to figure out how to not fall down. Yes, that's right. That's what I was trying to do here. I was trying to figure out how not to kill myself getting off the giant creeper head because I'm about 25-30 blocks in the air. And I think I had to take fall damage here. Yep. Boop. That fell. Okay. And then we're just cleaning up, and I am almost dead. Very nice. Almost killed myself doing this. There's the giant chicken again. But all in all, fairly simple prank to do. It just required a lot of building, and it was kind of boring, so I was going to fast forward it anyways. Really didn't miss much. He just missed me actually building it, and I didn't really talk anything. I was actually listening to videos on YouTube the entire time I was doing this, and various live streams that was having on in the background, so it's probably for the best that I didn't go ahead and record all of that. And there you go. That's the giant creeper we all know and love. Look at that. Isn't he beautiful? Very simple to build, very easy, it just requires a lot of time more than anything. And now we will set up our little sign here. And I think I left one of the rules off Mac's sign, but he will probably see this in post and then we will figure it all out. So that's a nice, I think, how did I do it? That was a derpy creeper sound. That's a nice castle you've got there. Would be a shame if something happened to it. Oh wait, no, it would be a shame if someone pranked it, wouldn't it? Would be a shame if someone pranked it. And then this is my favorite part. Just just hitting that S key. I think I probably almost broke my S key doing that. I'm gonna break it one of these days doing that, you know. Too many S's. And then I'll put the sign that says rules on the back. And oh, yeah, let's put my name on it. Sign it. Yeah, there's the rules. There we go. I always gotta remember to put the rules down when you prank someone new. So that's an important thing to remember. When someone's new, you have to give them the rules. But when you've had a few, they don't have to be reminded so much unless they screw up. In that case, you should remind them again because, well, that's just the way it is. So again, no TNT, no fire, because we do not want to destroy things or burn them down or have the fire protection go off. No withers, because obviously you cannot control a wither. They are evil beasts, should be feared at all times. Don't destroy stuff, because that'll probably get you banned, and we don't want that to happen. We don't want people to cry. 6. Have fun. Yep, I left. Don't break the server off there. So yeah, that's an important rule. Don't break the server with your stuff. Be sure to leave. Yeah, be sure to leave a sign. Is the other one. And I forgot to do that. Almost here. Leave a sign with the sign which you'll prank. No anonymous stunt. So that is about it. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me prank the crap out of Minsk and Mac. And I assume they'll get back at me somehow. I don't know when, I don't know how they'll get back at me, but I'm sure it'll be fun. So thanks for watching, everybody, and as always, good luck, good mining, have fun, and I will see you guys next time. Bye now! Oh no. Oh no. No. No, 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 no. God damn it, Mac. God damn it. I knew he would do this. I had a feeling he would do this. God damn it. It took me 3 hours to put together and damn it. He did not. The unpaid storage feature statue has been forcibly Macville. Mac core will not be liable for any damage caused during the location. Chair and CBO Mac Lab. Son of a bitch. God damn it. I have a feeling he left something here for me as well. I'm gonna have to rebuild that whole thing, aren't I? Yep. Damn it. Did you not read the frickin' rules? Did I not say don't destroy things? Is that not supposed to be here? Is there something else supposed to be here? Urgh! Oh. Cute. So, I guess we're going to have to manually move this entire thing back here by myself. Alright, let's see what this is. Try. You son of a bitch. Well, actually that's pretty good timing because I was going after you next. Now I've got as good a reason as any to do it. So, try. Prepare your ass for something terrible. It's coming. You don't have a choice now. Damn it. Now I gotta clean up all those dogs. I thought that was his doing. As soon as I saw that mushroom in there, I knew that had to be his doing. On the other hand, I'm gonna have a lot of dogs roaming out here. That'll be cool. I'll get a mushroom. Could be worse. Ah. Oh, you guys.